So, our guest on the show today is a beneficiary of the university scholarship at Southeast University, Nanjing City, China. And so today he's just going to be briefing us on how he got the scholarship and what he's enjoying from the scholarship and some other scholarships that are also open for him to apply for and for students who are on the university scholarship to apply for, and just so much. There's just so much gist coming out. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be continuing on the series that we started in the last video, talking about scholarships available in China for foreign students. And today we're just going to be talking about the other scholarships that are available. Last time we talked about the CSC scholarship, and yes, like I mentioned also, there are a lot of other scholarships such as the provincial, the university, and so on and so forth. However, we're just going to be talking about those other scholarships in this video, and today is going to be a really interactive session as we have a guest in the house. As you guys can see, he's going to be introducing himself later, and yeah, we're just going to be asking him some questions concerning some scholarships that are available, and he'll throw light on it. So definitely stay tuned, you guys. This is Mr. Onome, and I'm so glad, I'm super pumped to have him today on the show. It's so good to finally have some company, and today he's just going to be joining me as we discuss the topic for today. So our guest on the show today is a beneficiary of the university scholarship at Southeast University, Nanjing City, China. And so today he's just going to be briefing us on how he got the scholarship and what he's enjoying from the scholarship and some other scholarships that are also open for him to apply for and for students who are on the university scholarship to apply for, and just so much. There's just so much gist coming out. So please make sure you watch this video to the end, and yeah, I'm sure you're going to find it very rewarding. So yeah, Mr. Onome, nice to have you on the show.
Nice to be here. It's a pleasure.
Okay, so may we meet you, please?
You've done a brief introduction already. I am Onome Dogene. I am currently a PhD candidate at Southeast University, where I major in materials chemistry and physics.
Wow, materials chemistry and physics.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like a research-based major, right?
Yeah, it's a research-based major.
Okay, so Mr. Onome, right?
Yeah.
Please, when did you come to China?
I came to China in September 2019.
September 2000. Okay, that means it's close to 2 years you've been in China now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would like to know, what scholarship are you a scholarship student in Southeast University?
Yes, I am a scholarship student in Southeast University.
Okay, so what scholarship are you on?
I am currently a beneficiary of the Southeast University scholarship, which is also known as the school scholarship.
Okay, the school scholarship at Southeast University. Okay, if we may ask, how did you get the scholarship?
Okay, now since this video is about how to get scholarship in China, let me quickly inform you guys that under the Southeast University scholarship, there are 3 categories. We have the first category, the second category, and the third category. So for the first category, the benefit for the first category includes you get a monthly stipend of about 1,700 RMB. Then you get tuition fee waiver, you get a free accommodation in the dorm. That is for the first category. While for the second category, you get the benefit of tuition fee waiver, you get space in the dorm for free, but there is no monthly stipend for the second category. While for the third category, you get tuition fee waiver only, okay, but you have to pay for the space in the dorm. Yeah, and there is no monthly stipend. Okay. Yeah, that is for the third category. Okay. SCU scholarship.
Okay, so what category are you on?
I am currently enjoying the first category
Okay, that means you benefit your tuition waiver,
Yeah.
accommodation, and
Yeah.
1,700 RMB
Yes,
every
monthly.
month.
Yes.
Okay, noted. So, how did you go about the application process? How did you even find out about the scholarship in the first place?
Now the thing is, everybody they pursue basically CSE scholarship, which is the most widely known. Forgetting the fact that there are still other scholarships that people can enjoy in China, which is the university scholarship. Although the money is small, so that's why maybe people do not pay much attention to it. But it's still something that it's encouraging. The same way you apply for the CSC scholarship is the same way you apply for the school scholarship. All you just need to do is to apply. Instead of applying for CSC, you apply directly on the school's platform, and you do the normal application process, and the same document that you need to submit for CSC is the same document you need to submit to apply for the school scholarship.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's very interesting to know. Okay, so now may I ask, this scholarship that you got? Okay, first off, how many years is your program, and how many years is the scholarship supposed to last?
Actually, PhD program in China is between 3 to 4 years. So, but they discovered that over time, some students may not be able to complete their research in 4 years, so they'll take extension, which is an extension of another year. But for my own scholarship, I was given 5 years because I was supposed to study Chinese language for 1 year, according to my admission notification that was sent to me. So I was supposed to study Chinese language for 1 year. Then after studying Chinese language, I'll move to my major, which is supposed to last for 4 years.
Okay, so what you're trying to say is your major is for 5 years.
My major is for 4 years.
It's for 4 years, but you have to do an extra year of Chinese language.
Chinese language, yeah.
May I ask, is your major in Chinese or in English?
Actually, my major is supposed to be in English. So when I got my admission notification, they gave me my program in Chinese. So that was why they gave me 5 years.
Okay.
So when I accepted the scholarship and the admission, after resuming in China, I went to complain to the College of International Studies. So they reversed my admission to English. So currently my program is in English language.
Okay, thank you so much for that information so far. Now I would just like to ask, how did you go about the application process? Did you go through an agent, or did you apply yourself? Like, what did you do? What documents did you also use?
Thank you very much. Now, I know a lot of people believe that there are agents in China that help students to seek admission and scholarships, but then that is very true. But for my own case, I did not go through any agent. I contacted somebody that was currently a PhD student in my school. I think what the agent do is to help you with the application process, which is something you can do on your own. And after what they need from you is for you to send your documents to them. They help you to apply and submit. But those things I did on my own. I went to the school portal by myself. I navigated the website. At least, most people think most of the Chinese website, they are in Chinese language, but there are also platforms where you can translate to English. So I used the English platform to apply. Then after applying, I contacted somebody who was in China, sent my documents to him, who eventually helped me to submit the hard copies, the printed copies of my application.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did not go through any agent.
No, I did not.
Uploaded your documents yourself.
Yes.
And when did you receive the notification that you had gotten an admission? When did you submit your documents, and when did you get the notification of admission?
Yeah, I think during that time in 2019, the scholarship was open until March 31st. Either March 31st, yeah, March 31st. So I completed my application because I got the information a bit late. I completed my application March 28th, and luckily for me, I was able to beat the deadline.
Okay.
So I got my admission notification sometimes in June, because they'll first of all send you an admission notification for you to accept the admission within a stipulated time. Okay. So after you have accepted, then your name will be shortlisted and it will be published. Okay. So they will also send another mail to you, like, how do you want to get your admission notification for? Because then when I applied, I wasn't in China. So if for those that are in China, you can go to the office to collect your admission notification. But if you're not in China, you have an opportunity to fill a form where you will give them a mailing address where they will send your admission document to. So
may I interrupt?
Okay.
The admission document you're talking about, is it what is called the JW202?
Yes, the JW202 and
okay.
the admission the admission letter and all that.
Okay.
So they'll give you a form where you will fill your mailing address where to be sent to.
Okay.
Or there's another option of you asking somebody to collect on your behalf. However, there's a clause. If anything should happen to your admission document, you are forfeiting the admission. So the school will not be responsible, but rather the person that come to collect your admission document will be held responsible. So it's no longer the school's fault. Okay. But if it's been mailed to you, then it becomes the school responsibility until it gets to you. Okay. Then you are sure that okay, it's the school fault. For my own case, I sent them to mail it directly to me. So my admission document was sent to me from China and I received it in Nigeria.
Okay, in Nigeria. Wow. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. So Mr. Onome, as someone who has benefited from the school scholarship in China, of course, Southeast University, what would you say to, or what advice do you have for people? I'm sure there are so many people out there who also want to get this scholarship. Like you said, a lot of us just put our attention on CSC, and that makes it very competitive. So sometimes you might not get it. So you just mentioned that there are so many other scholarships that people need to look into, just like the school scholarship. What would you say to people who are intending to apply for the school scholarship at master's or PhD level?
Thank you very much. Now, it's interesting that most people, if I may say, wants to study in China, and the interesting part of it is, China is a science-based economic nation. So they are interested in people that wants to do anything that has to do with technology. So more of the focus is on PhD students who are highly motivated and talented. And one thing that people don't really know about, especially when you want to apply for PhD, because I think in China, their attention is fixed on PhD students. They want more PhD students who are very productive. There was a time my professor told me that if you have friends that want scholarship position, I can give them the recommendation letter. So I asked him, can you give for someone that wants to study masters? He said no, that he preferred those that wants to study at PhD level. The reason is simple, because those students that come from master's degree, they spend maybe 2 years, and there's no serious criteria for them for their graduation. So but for PhD students, there is a certain criteria that is required of them, which is article publication and doing some innovative research. Now, apart from the normal admission documents that you need to submit, which are your transcript, your certificate and all that, there's something that people do not know about, which is a publication. Because for anybody that wants to study at PhD level, it is very important that you should have at least one publication if you want to get a scholarship position in China, be it the school scholarship, CSC scholarship and all that. So for those that want to study, even if you want to get the school scholarship, it is very important that at your master's level, when you are done with your master, you should try as much as possible to get one article published in any reputable journal. because it's going to make you stand out. I think that was among the reasons why I got my own scholarship, because I've been applying for a scholarship in China and in other places since 2017. And I know I published an article in nanostructures and nano objects in 2018, which I added to my list of documents, and I think that was one of the reasons that made me stand out. Another thing is, when you are contacting your professor to get a recommendation, you should try to be explicit as possible, and you should do a background check on that particular professor to know his own area of expertise, because you cannot just contact a professor. Like me, at master's level, I did inorganic chemistry, so I was supposed to continue in that line in my PhD. But when I checked my professor's profile, he was more into materials, and then I had to design my proposal, in such a way to suit into his own line of research. Because you cannot just come and bring a new idea totally to a professor. Most times when they just see your resume and your proposal, they will just knock you out. They will just tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not doing your own line of research, so maybe you should contact another professor that will be interested in you. So when you are doing such thing, even if you don't know much about the professor, make sure that the letter you are sending to the professor is such a way that you make yourself flexible, using this clause that, in as much as I want to do this, I am still open for any other research ideas that is obtainable in your lab or achievable in your lab, so that it will make it open for, if the professor is somebody that does not have a very serious work on ground at that particular point you're applying it, you can come in with that new idea, and if it is worth spending their money on, then they will accept you and they will give you that particular recommendation.
Okay, thank you so much for that detailed explanation. So you mentioned something about China. Thank you so much for that detailed explanation. So you mentioned something about China being a science-based economy, and how they really want PhD students, and they are really into investing in PhD students. Does this mean that there is little or no hope for master students?
That does not mean, because there must be the transition from masters to PhD. After all, yourself, you're a master student.
Yes.
So it's not as if there are no hopes for master students. There are a lot of master students, but for foreigners that are coming to China, they've put more of their attention on PhD students. Because, like, for me, I need at least four publications to graduate with an impact factor of at least 2.0. So, but for the master students, they just need just one publication. There are some extraordinary master students that can do exceedingly more than some PhD students. But then their focus more is on PhD students. But if you want to apply for masters, you are also welcome. You can give it a try, and because I also have some master students in my lab too.
Okay, thank you so much. I guess, he's speaking from his point of view because he is a PhD student. So, my dear fellow master student, don't give up. Okay, there is still hope for us. There's definitely still hope for us. Okay,
yeah, there's hope.
Yeah, you just have to, like he said, work hard, and of course, try as much as possible to get a publication. I think if at master's level someone has at least one paper,
yes,
it will give you a very good chance,
of course,
of getting accepted, because the school you're applying to will know that, okay, this person is a serious student and they want to give you a try. Because I think most people, also what most people do is they transit from masters to PhD.
Yes.
So they do masters in China, and then they very easily get PhD to just further their studies. Yeah,
students like that, even at master level, if you do something extraordinary, your supervisor will want to continue to work with you. So it's not as if they are not interested in master, but you being a master student, you should prove beyond every reasonable doubt that you are very talented, so that they might want to consider you for PhD. But if at master level they were pushing you, definitely the professor will not want to recommend you again for PhD position. So that is why it is important that when you are coming, you make yourself extraordinary, so that they might want to work with you in the future.
Okay, thank you. That was very, very informative, and I'm sure we've caught one or two things from it. Basically, from today we've learned that there are so many other scholarships aside from the CSC. The university scholarship is one of it, which you should definitely give a try. I think you can just go online and just search up, university scholarships, and if you see a school that you want to apply to, you can just contact somebody there. For example, of course, we go to the same school, so which is Southeast University. If you would like to apply here, then definitely just maybe message me or leave me a comment, and just we can give you some information that you will need. But it's just to give you guys the heads up, or the the alert that okay, these scholarships are actually available. So aside from the CSC, you can actually broaden your what did they say? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, so you can apply for CSC and apply for school scholarships at the same time.
I did that.
Oh, okay, he did that.
Yes.
So just in case, peradventure, you don't get this CSC, at least you have something to fall back on as a plan B. So yes, I think we're going to wrap it up at this point, because we've covered basically or most of what we wanted to talk about in this video. Again, stay tuned for the next part of this series that's going to be coming your way. We're probably going to be talking about the provincial and there was this other scholarship he mentioned,
the TWASCAS.
The TWASCAS. Honestly, I've not even heard about this one before. This is my first time of hearing about this. So yes, it's just to let you guys know that I'm really doing my research. I'm really digging deep to bring you guys the tea, all the tea you need to know about scholarships in China. So yes, we're going to bring you guys the next episode with more tea. And yes, you guys know the culture, you guys know our culture. Like this video and share it to your friends and your family. Share it to as much people as you can. This is a very informative video, and I feel like a lot of people should come across it. Yeah, so just do your part by watching, commenting, liking and sharing. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been explosive, it's been mind-blowing. You guys help me thank you. But yes, until I come your way next time, thank you so much for watching and stay blessed.